Albert, thank you for joining me today. And today I'll be talking to you guys about how to meet single women. Okay, so if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Like I said, my name is Albert. I help you guys with your dating lives and I teach you guys how to be real men. Okay, so before we go into how to meet single women. Now, here's the thing. There are some ground rules that we have to take into consideration, right? Especially when we go into an interaction with a woman that we like, right? So we want to stay away from topics like religion and politics because those topics never lead down the right path, right? Because you with any woman that you're trying to meet, right? The end goal for all us guys is to get to Pound Town, right? That is the one goal that most guys have, right? Or to get a girlfriend and get a wife and all that, right? So never to, at least not in the beginning, right? Later on, go ham, do what you gotta do, right? So stay away from topics like politics and religion, right? The other thing is that I want you guys to think about, and now I'm talking to my guys that want to actually get better with meeting single women. Some guys on here want to learn how to date multiple women. Some guys on here just want to meet that one girl that they are going to spend the rest of their life with. That's fine. So on this specific video, I'm going to teach you guys two primary openers that I personally like to use. One is the direct opener, and the other one is an indirect opener. Okay, so before I even go into telling you what those are, right? Where can you meet single women, right? You're thinking to yourself, you can meet them anywhere. Anywhere you go, you can meet them, right? You can meet them at a gas station, you can meet them at school, colleges, universities, the mall, just anywhere that you feel. And something that I always advise and teach guys that come to me to learn is I would say meet women at the places that you are going to be, right? If you're someone that drives and you always get gas, meet women at the gas station. Trust me, it is full with women. Sometimes it is, right? Gas stations, at the park, if you go to the park, at your local grocery store, at the local donut store, at the local coffee shop, at the park, if you go to the park, so you can meet women anywhere. Now, the other thing is, some people have a fear of approaching, right? So what you want to do is that you have to think about going up and meeting women as you're doing it. It's like going to the gym, right? If you're trying to get better, approaching women as often as you can is the right thing to do. So if you get into the mindset of, this is the right thing to do, whether it works out well or not, whether you have a good approach or you don't have a good approach, the mentality that you want to have is it's the right thing to do. And the more you do it, right? The more you do it, the better you're going to get. That's just with anything in life. The more you do it, the better you are going to get. Are you going to have mess ups in the beginning? Of course you're going to have mess ups in the beginning, right? But the goal is not this one chick. The goal is to get better so that when it comes time to that girl that you really like and that you really want to attract, that you really want to talk to, you are prepared to actually go up and you're not fumbling over your words or you don't know what to say or you're actually having all this anxiety and all this approach anxiety of actually going up and talking to her, okay? So with all that being said, right, I want you guys, now we're going to dive into the two openers that I like, direct and indirect, right? So direct could be, and think also one more thing before we actually go into that. With openers, right, you want to come in showing some form of intent, right? Because you don't want to have an interaction where it's like it's all platonic and then she doesn't know why you're there. It's like, does this guy like me or is he trying to sell me tires, right? So you have to, it's almost like when you get there, she knows, okay, this guy in some form is actually trying to get, he's trying to actually take me out on a date, right? So with direct opener, it just comes in, you cut through all the BS and you just come in straight right away, you know. But something that I will say is a little caveat with direct, right? You could make it direct, but you could also make it a little bit fun, you know. So I would not say, I would not go in, oh my goodness, you're the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen. What's your number, right? No, that's not gonna work. Here's the thing: if you're starting out with that because you know you're getting to actually go out and approach, fine. You know, at least you're doing the right thing. You're going out there and approaching. But over time, I do want you guys to get better. So here's a better way of a better way of doing that. Right? Is you just come in like, you know what? I actually thought you were kind of cute. I just wanted to come introduce myself. My name is Albert. What is yours? Right? Obviously, don't say Albert. Use your name. Right? So, or let's say you saw her like, you know, you saw her from across the room. You could actually go up to her and say something kind of cheeky. Hey, you know what? I saw you checking me out, and you know what? I thought I should come over here and say hi. Hi, my name is Albert. What is your name? Simple, pretty direct. It cuts through all the BS, and you know something a little bit along those lines. That is direct, or something a little bit like push pull. Oh my goodness, you are. You know what? I was just passing by and I just saw you, and you are kind of cute, and I just wanted to say what's up. My name is Albert. What is yours? You see that there? You are kind of cute. It's kind of like a push pull. It's kind of like, wait, I'm kind of cute. You know, it's like, oh, okay. But then you move past it a little bit quick, you know, in a kind of teasing way, and you introduce yourself and you carry on the conversation from there. Now, some of you are going to be asking, well, what do I say after the opener? Well, that is going to be my next video. I'm going to give you guys some conversational topics in my next video, right? So the second one, right, is an indirect opener. Now, what did I say about the first opener, direct opener, right? Because you want to show intent, right? With a direct opener, it shows intent. It tells her why you're there. You know, it has a bit of push and pull, right? A push where it's pull is like you're showing that you like her, and the push is like that kinda, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the indirect, right, there are components of the indirect opener that you kind of have to use, right, if you're coming in indirect. So the first thing is that you're coming in with a kind of a false time constraint. You could go in like, excuse me, this is only just going to take a sec. Right? This is only going to take a sec, and then you move into it like an opener. You could use an opinion opener. Do you know a good restaurant around here? I just moved into town, and you guys could go into talking about like a restaurant that she knows. She could be like, oh, you know what? I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I just moved from wherever you moved from. You know, make up something, whatever. Right? Then kind of move in to a more direct opener, which is kind of like, oh, you know what? Now that I got a little bit closer, you look kind of cute. What's your name? Right? So it's almost like you came in with like you were trying to get an opinion about something. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It could be an opinion about something, you know? First, you give the false time constraint where it's like you're saying you can't stay too long. Oh, I just got a sec, but I need your opinion on something. Right? And then you move in to your more direct opener. So there's false time constraint, opinion opener, and then you make a statement of intent, which is actually kind of push pull. You say, oh, you know what? You seem kind of interesting. What is your name? That is also a more direct, a more push pull is like you seem kind of interesting. It's like a more of a push pull, but you kind of let her know that you know what, now that you guys have talked a little bit, you know what, you are kind of feeling her out, right? So those are the two ways, direct and indirect openers. You know, try them out, and like I said, obviously, openers are great. Go out there, practice them. Use these two that I just gave you. Try to come up with your own. Any comments that you guys have, leave it in the comment section below. And then in the next video that I'm going to put out, I'm going to give you guys some conversational topics that you can actually move from the opener to actually into a full-blown conversation and interaction with her to where you can actually get the number. You know what? Actually, sometimes if I'm in a rush, I go straight from my direct openers or any of the openers. Once I've stated my intent, I say, look, I gotta run. I was actually on my way somewhere, but I would love to grab coffee with you sometime. I would like to grab coffee. So I would love to grab coffee with you sometime. And you pause, wait for them to answer. Yes, no. If they say yes, then you say, okay, let me get the number. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes a quick close like that works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But like I said, approaching. If you're trying to get better with women, always approaching is the right thing to do. As soon as you see a girl you like, you always approach because it is the right thing to do. Okay? If you guys have any questions for me, let me know in the comment sections below. Subscribe to the channel. It will really help the channel out because you know what, guys? I love helping you guys with your dating lives and helping you be a better man. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. If you guys like the video, hit this video with a like, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.